Hello. I am editing this video right now and I'm realizing that I did not film an intro for this at all. So this is the intro, yay! I wanted to talk about some aspects of mental health that I don't really see talked about, especially surrounding fears. I wanted to talk about something that I feel ashamed to talk about, or something that I feel like I shouldn't struggle with. I just wanted to talk about something I haven't talked about before, which is I have this mild fear of going outside when the weather is interesting. I don't know where it comes from. Nothing bad happens, but it's just like, I don't know if you could call it agoraphobia because it's not every day. So let me know if this like resonates with you. Like sometimes I'll just sit there and look out the window and like, I guess just make up stories in my head, like guessing how it would go if I go outside. Like sometimes I feel like I have to force myself to walk outside or like open the door and like feel the air and like ground myself that way. Like I can just sit there and look at the window and be like, oh, it's too cold, I'll have a terrible time. Like, what is that? I don't want to sit here and Google like fear of going outside because like I'm not actually scared of going outside, but there's something weird, like something that happens in my brain where it's like the coldest day of the week or the hottest day of the week or like a super windy day. Like it's so windy that it's like you can hear it inside persistently throughout the day. Like any of those days, I feel something inside that's just like, oh, you don't want to go out there. Like it's terrible outside, really. It's like it kind of feels like when adults are having some really good food and they're like, oh no, it's really bad. And you're like, oh yeah, sure, it's really bad. That's kind of the interaction I have in my head when this happens. Mental stuff is weird. General anxiety has so many nuances, and anxiety, like I believe anxiety and depression are like results. They're not like individual conditions. They're like things that happen because you have something else, right? And for me, the anxiety is like from being not fully socially integrated with autism, I guess. Like that's my weakness for me. And so knowing that I don't feel like I just have anxiety. Like when people are like, oh, you have anxiety, I'm like, well, yeah, but like it's not just anxiety, like it's based on something. So sorry if you can hear construction sounds and whatnot. Random anxiety. What for? What is my brain trying to protect me from? You know, like what's outside that it's like so I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Because it's like there's little things like that with anxiety and depression and just like mental illness that like I feel like we get used to dealing with, and we don't really notice that they're a problem anymore. You know, like you don't really notice that they're affecting you because you just like you have a strategy to work around it some of the time, and that feels good enough. At least for me, that's kind of how it goes, where it's like, well, I have this one thing, but like it only happens like once a month, and like when it happens, there's a good chance that maybe I can convince myself to go outside, and it doesn't really matter. But that's all I wanted to say. So stick around, subscribe, you know, click all the things. I'm still trying to figure out what my content strategy is going to be, so I'm just going to be trying a bunch of different stuff, and I'd be happy to have you stick around. Bye.